So on my way home today, I actually witnessed something pretty interesting as far as just remembering why life is so precious. I was stopping by a sandwich place and I happened to saw a gentleman who was actually riding on their skateboard. Now you might be like thinking, well, Carrie, why are you bringing this up? This seems so out of the blue. It was interesting because it's not just some random young guy. It was someone who was actually a little bit on the older side. And when I say older, I'm guessing like maybe in their late 30s, early 40s. And on top of that, I was giving a gift to someone earlier today as well, and the conversation basically revolved around Disneyland because me and my family, we went to Disneyland not too long ago. Basically, it's just been a very interesting roller coaster ride to say the least, because I've actually been definitely a little bit like the tiny bit on the inactive side as far as YouTube on here lately. But between the last video, which if you guys haven't saw, I'll put a time card right around here if you guys want to check that out, but it's actually more of a real raw open video as far as like grieving over a family friend who my family and I lost recently. It's been a lot going on, trying to juggle a lot, trying to create memories with friends and hang out with them, to balancing my workplace, to balancing myself being a staff member in this Discord Christian community. And hopefully you can hear me. I had to turn on the AC because I was feeling a little bit warm here, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do, right? And recently I actually sprained my wrist, which I've been wearing a brace in this video. And the reasoning why is because on my workplace, I was doing a repetitive motion where I was picking up a lot of things with my hand, grabbing constantly, and then I guess letting go. So grab, let go, grab, let go. And it just caused a sprain in my wrist, which in other words, right down here. And it makes the pain like a little bit sore as far as being able to grab things or be able to move certain motions on my hand. With this doesn't help as well because I am left-handed, so I am definitely taking a little bit on the recovery side as far as my left hand being the dominant side. It might sound random, but you might be thinking, why am I bringing this up? It seems so random. I am glad for the trip that me and my family had because it actually was a really nice, honestly, sincerely memorable time, especially with all of us that we were there for these 4 days that we were traveling. Really, it's one of those things that we just don't take time to do as a family, and it was really nice being able to witness that, and then just having such a deep thought process about like how it's so nice to see that we can really slow down time if we take the time to create that time for ourselves, like a trip for instance, or something just memorable for you and your family or someone special. You know, I was left to this realization and deep thought where it's like, you know what, life is so precious. We have to remember to create moments where we can just slow down and pause life, which I know there's no such thing as pausing life, even though it sounds wonderful doing that, but there's ways to slow it down. When slowing it down, that's when you create the most memories that you can create, whether it's for yourself or with people around you that you want to create that memories with. It's been something I've been actually put in my heart, really, where I want to be able to do this more. It's hard for me to do it online, like through texting and stuff like that, but I've been just, you know, utilizing so much time spending time with people around me in person while there's still that chance, you know, because you never know when may not have another day, you know, like as you saw in my last video, when, you know, your last day might be today and you don't even know it. It just makes me think all the more deeply about life, though, how memories can be created, and we don't have to allow like our age or our circumstances or anything like that take us away the joy that we can still have the ability to create on the inside, whatever that may look like. That could be a passion you like, or just something you don't really take time to do enough. And this is something that is hard for me too. I'm not just preaching y'all like, hey, you guys gotta do this. Like, no, this is hard for me too, because I got passions too, and that's why actually one of these is YouTube, so that's why I'm making the time to make this little video, you know, while it's still in my heart. But like, you know, other passions I know I still struggle with, and there's definitely a hard balance with life because we never know what life's going to throw at us curveball wise and stuff. So I totally get it. Like I get you completely 100%, but I really strongly challenge you though, if you have like the next day off from your workplace, for instance, or if you don't have one, create that within the next week or month, whatever time frame it needs for yourself. But also actually really strongly recommend bring God into this too. If you're not a Christian, I definitely would recommend still taking a look about Christianity, because it definitely is worthwhile looking at. But you know, having that moment with God though really does bring him to the perspective of able to guide you through life when you don't know those steps, and none of us know the steps, so why not give him a chance? We never really know what our life's gonna what's gonna happen in our lives. God knows. So bring him into your life, and And if you're a Christian or if you've been like struggling Christianity, like seriously, like do bring him in your life. I know it's something that I would like to learn more to be able to help explain why Christianity is important, but I just know for a fact that life is definitely just empty without God. But in all sincerity, if you do take that moment to pause and then just remember and reflect on where your life's at, where have you been going? Have you been making progress this year? Because I know we're heading up first quarter of the 2026 year here. So how's your first quarter been going so far? Take the time to just think about it. Even if you have to write it or just think about it by sitting in silence, doing nothing for a moment, take the time to do that. By then, you can have a better, clear mind and clarity to figure out where you want to take those next steps. We all need pause moments sometimes. Whether we are under a lot of stress or whether we are lost in our goals, we have to pause, because if we don't, we're just letting memories that we could create right here, right now, be gone into dust, and we don't know it and we don't see it until it's too late. Being able to have this witness recently with being out of town and be able to enjoy this time with my family, I want to be remembered, by people in a way where it's like I want to be a positive impact, but open and real with you guys as far as just the journey called life, As long as we're going through life and we're not giving up and we're gonna keep trying, then that's all we can do. Like, we can't beat ourselves up because of our past or because we're not at a certain place, and that's easier said than done. I get that completely. If we take the time to create the spaces, those spaces can be created into potential memories. And we don't create memories by just wishing for it, but we gotta create it in the here and in the now. Life's not gonna give you memories for you. You want memories that you can feel least proud of and happy about than to just have your life being like a blur. So do take the time to really pause and really reflect. And that's something that I have been able to sit through a little bit. It doesn't have to be like a long sitting session or anything like that as I'm expressing this. It could be literally just a few minutes. I mean, that could be like 5-10 minutes. And just taking the time to really just be self-aware and realize where you are and what you can do and what you want to work on, what you want to be, can go such a long way. It doesn't have to be later on today. You just take the time now. And I'm hoping to work on that. And I hope to be able to create those memories even more on this channel too, with you guys to be able to see. I hope that helps in any way, shape, or form. And just know that you got this. Like, you can do anything you set your mind to. And that's also goes back to Romans 12:2 from God, where it says, you can be transformed by the renewal of your mind. Don't let the mind be wandering, but instead be renewed by God from his mindset and what he wants for you, what he wants to guide for your life, then to figure it out all on your own. If you guys find this video very helpful though, a like can definitely be very appreciated. You can comment below. I thank you guys as always for watching these videos. Hope to see you guys very soon, and just know that you got this. I believe in you, and most importantly, so does God. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and God bless.